I got good news and bad news. You have parasites. And there's something you can do about it and do about it quick. I went to Brazil last year. Had a water filter in my apartment. Assumed it was good. Don't know why I didn't think that through. In my apartment here where I live in Colombia, I have a $3,000 water filter. It's very good. And I'm in a big city, water's treated. I was in Florianopolis, Brazil, super cool spot, loved it there. But I had probably a $200 water filter. I don't know if that filter was changed a week ago or 5 years ago. So I drink the water and I notice just different things are happening. I'm wondering what's going on with my guts and stuff. Long story short, I do some tests, can't figure it out. Get back to, excuse me, get back to Colombia, realize, water break, realize I got parasites. A very confusing thing to navigate. It's something I've never looked into in nearly 15 years or more than 15 years of biohacking and just being passionate and curious and wild about my health. I start to look into this, I realize wow, this is really a big thing. It's gonna get weirder. So when I'm talking parasites, I'm talking physiological parasites in your body, right? This started a year ago, these problems. I did cure the parasites. I felt radically different. And here's where it gets wild. And I'm only talking about physical parasites so far. I just did blood work about a month ago with a guy. Flew thousands of miles to see this specific dude. I still had dead parasites in my blood. So there's still more work to do. Here's where it gets even wilder. This guy in 40 years or whatever it is, maybe it was more, 40 some years, he's done more than 31,000 people's blood. It's called a live blood cell analysis, where they prick your finger and you actually look at your blood under a microscope and you get to see this universe that is your blood. He's seen 3 people in 31,000 blood samples that did not have parasites. So why am I making this video? I'm making this video because parasites and different things that pull and leak energy from you. And you could think, all right, I've seen this online, I take this medication, I take this antibiotic and it goes away. That was not my experience. I did both. I think some things got better. Once I did this guy's protocol, it wiped it out. This guy was hard to find. I just had a friend who was really sick years earlier who went to him. He'd spent $150,000 on holistic health, did stem cells, did peptides, did combo, did ayahuasca. Nothing worked until he went to this guy. There's certain vulnerabilities you have to picking up parasites. Some of these doctors say it's from being barefoot. I personally don't follow that unless I'm on an actual parasite protocol, because then there's kind of the weighing out. You're always going to pick things up physically. It's just part of being a human. But there's certain things, sushi is a very big one, that you can pick up parasites from sushi. Cats and dogs, another big one. And yeah, walking barefoot, believe it or not. But these getting parasites can radically change who you are. Sorry, my doorbell is ringing. Hopefully they're gonna go away. I have no idea who will be here. Radically change who you are. And there's this story. I was talking to my buddy John a couple months ago. And he's telling me, and I forget the name, but it's a certain type of parasite that exists in rats. This is gonna freak you out. I was like, John, you're making up shit, as we're smoking Cubans. And so John and I are sitting there talking, and he's like, yeah, there's this type of parasite that goes in rats, and rats have an inherent instinct. If they smell cat urine, that's like a lion for them, right? That's their main natural predator. So if they smell that, there's something in them that goes, okay, get away from, we don't want to get eaten by a lion, which is the cat. Makes sense. And with that cat, the cat wants to eat the rat, obviously. However, there's a certain parasite that when the rat gets infected, the rat actually starts to get moved and controlled by the parasite. So it actually rewires the brain. And after the infection is spread of this parasite, the rat thinks, smells cat urine and goes, I need to find that cat. Because the parasite wants to stay alive. This is weird. When he told me this, like I said, I'm like, John, you're full of shit. Let's look it up on ChatGPT. But the parasite wants to stay alive. So it gets eaten by a cat, and then the parasite infects the cat. I don't know where the life cycle goes from there. That's as far as we got. I don't know what eats cats, or the cat starts to get attracted to angry dogs or something. But I've found this stuff is very, very real. Our food cravings, foreign invaders that live in our body. If you're on your own personal development, inner work journey, and you're doing inner child work, or you're going to start that journey soon, and you go, okay, you know what, I'm taking care of this part of me, this inner 5-year-old, I'm going to go have ice cream. Do you know that might not even be you making that decision? Estoy ocupado.